Now, this morning, I wish to speak to you about the ritual of hands. And you must forgive me, for I must go slowly. I am no longer young. And I am afraid. I am afraid not of God or of the gods, for they love us. But I am afraid that I will fail them. And I am afraid that in my weakness I will not be able to convey truth unto you. But I am more afraid of not trying. The ritual of hands. Gurdjieff, Uspensky, and his students, Orage, attempted to bring the ways that the ancients had developed to bring man into the next stage of his life so that he would become human. These ways, these schools, Gurdjieff saw were no longer able to function in the Western industrial modern world. And so the fourth way is a way adapted to the Western man. I would show you now the ritual of hands, which, well, let's just proceed on it. Here, the first way, the hands are thus: the beggar, the way of the monk, submission to God, submission to the gods, submission that one cannot do anything, that one is nothing before eternity, before the universe. The hands beg and are submissive to the gods, showing that man is nothing without them. This is the gesture, this is the hand. Thus, like this. That is the first way to become human. The fakir, the second way. The hands are thus. The hands are thus. No, I'm sorry. Forgive me. The hands are thus to the body, the way of the fakir. Love of the body, which is born of the goddess earth, the living organic flesh, holds the life force. The body, the hands are thus to the body. This is the hand display to the body, love of the body. For the body is created by the goddess. This is the temple, the body. That is the second way. The third is the way of the yogi, the way of the mind, to be able to discern and know consciousness of the nature of things, of animals, consciousness of God and the gods, the planets, the great earth, the way of the mind. This is the third way to become human. The hands are thus. Hands are thus. As this, up, this way, this way. The fourth way, the way of our way, which is to become human, which merges the lower ways. No, I'm wrong. They are not lower ways. They are simply the other ways that have been brought by Gurdjieff synthesized, as it were, into a way that we can access. The hands are thus. This is the display of the hands. This way. So let me show you the hands again. The first is the beggar. Second one, the body. Then the mind. And then the fourth way. This is the ritual. The ritual is not mere form, though. One should endeavor to quieten one's thoughts. The exercise is a paradox because trying to do it is to not be able to do it. One must endeavor to do something which does not require any effort. It is to stop one's thoughts. At first, this seems impossible, but I tell you to do this ritual in as quiet a place as you can find once a day, but not more than once a day. So let me show you again slowly, for I am old and I am afraid of making errors. But my heart cries out to you that you do this, because it will begin to quieten your thought so that you slowly will unify into what you truly are, and you will find your path to becoming human. For this is the way of the highest animal, which is man, and he has lost this way because he no longer has the help and the foods that he needs to change from being less than human into human. Man does not simply become what he can be. He must be helped. There must be a process. And the fourth way is that way, because the old ways are lost. Again, let me show you the ritual. Submission to God, the gods, that we are as nothing without them. Love of the body, because the body is nature and God. We love the body. This is the body you have, and in love and gratefulness to the gods. The mind that you have, the divine mind that you have, in the likeness of the gods and in love. And you quieten your thoughts until you're still and as an empty vessel. Finally, the fourth way, which is to the gods and the great radiant sun god, this way. So, the ritual of hands. Sometimes I am afraid to speak because I am so afraid that I will not be correct. But I am more afraid for man, because man in this industrial world becomes less and less human. So we must endeavor to try to become human, to regain the process which will enable us to transition into humanity, into being human. And therefore, once that is done, to become what one already potentially is, then one can assume the mantle of what the gods intend for man. What is that? What is the responsibility and the destiny? What do the gods intend for man? To protect the earth and the animals and the creatures, from the smallest insect to the great creatures. Man, as the highest animal and in the likeness of the gods, is given the task to protect the earth and all the animals. But he has abandoned this, and he is de-evolved into something less than human, and has lost his way. As daunting as the task seems, I must follow what the will of the gods is. And that is to try to redeem man into what he can be, so that he will fulfill his destiny as protector of the earth. So again, try to do the ritual of the hands if you can. Quiet in your mind, in a quiet space. You will have to find where that is. Perhaps in nature, if you are not in nature, in a small garden. Try to be away from noise, as quiet as you can be, and still yourself. Be content. Let your thoughts stop. Do not try to stop your thoughts, because that is almost impossible, isn't it? But if you let the desire to quieten your thoughts, eventually over time you will be able to do it. And you will become a vessel for the universe. And you will see what flows into you. And when that does, then you will start becoming what you really are, which is human. Let me do thy will, O God, and not mine. Thy will, not mine. Let me become what thy desires me to become. Not my will, but thy will. For the love of the earth, the divine goddess, the great radiant God of the universe, the sun, the love betwixt them both. And we are the children, all the animals, the children of the goddess earth. Let us follow in our path, so that we may become human and do thy will. Not human will, but do the will of the gods.